Hey, what's going on, guys? Buffalo Gamer 77 here, and in today's video I have some pickups I want to show you guys. The first item is very small. It's a keychain I picked up from GameStop. This is a SNES controller. Here's the keychain right here. You know, they have other ones too. They have a GameCube controller, a DS, and a few other things that you can get. This one was traded in, so I knew I was going to pick up. But they have like hidden boxes where you could buy one $6 and you can see what's inside. But there's some things I didn't want to get at all, so I wanted the GameCube controller, but the GameStop didn't have that, and they had this one right here, so I picked this up. Alright, next one here is a magazine I subscribe to. That is NintendoForce. This is a Wario one from last month. Every month they have a different character that they have a story on, and last month was Wario, and I believe it's $6 a month, and you get the actual copy of the magazine mailed to you. You also could do it digitally if you wanted to, and their Patreon is patreon.com/NintendoForce if you want to check it out. Mine's not opened yet, so I'm not too sure the contents. I know there's a poster in here of Wario, and yeah, it seemed pretty cool. $6 a month wasn't too bad, so yeah, check it out if you're interested in getting this magazine. After Nintendo Power closed down, a group of guys decided to take over and make their own Nintendo Power magazine, and they called it NintendoForce. Next game is actually a game for Sega Genesis, and that's Streets of Rage 2. This game was listed at $20. It's only the game case here, no manual included. Local game store had the sale for 30% off their used games. So the game came to $14. I did buy a few more games from the same game store. So this is one of them here. And this game you can play as Axel, Blaze, Skate, or Max. Adam is not in here as a playable character. I believe he was kidnapped, but I could be mistaken. I haven't played this game in a long time. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Streets of Rage 2. Next one I've been looking for a little while for a good price. And GameStop actually has it for not bad price right now. And that's Bayonetta 2. I believe they have it there for about $20 or maybe $22. I picked my copy up on eBay. And this one came with Bayonetta 1 and 2. The first batch of these games came with both discs. But the newer ones only have Bayonetta 2 in it. So if you're interested in getting Bayonetta 2, I would definitely check out the one that has both of them. That way you have Bayonetta 1 and 2. This is an action hack and slash game. If you don't know the series at all, the graphics look amazing in this game, and it's fun. A lot of Wii U games are probably going to go up in value. And, it didn't sell too well, and they also stopped production of the Wii U. So there's not many games that are out there for the Wii U. So right now I think it's the time to buy. And while they're cheap enough to get them, there's some hidden gems out there. Some prices in the games are pretty high. I believe there's a Hello Kitty game, like a racing game, that's like $60 right now, $70 right now, which is out of control. But I will get into the games that you want now before they go up in value. And this one being 2 discs, I think it's going to go up in value a lot. Next one is a shooter game for the Xbox 360. I was trying to find a shooter game for Xbox 360, and I came across some videos on this game right here. This game is Akai Katana. It has 3 different challenge modes. Let's see. It looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if you can see the graphics in the back of it here. My copy is actually sealed still. I did order it from Canada on eBay, and it came to $14 Canadian, which is about $11 in US dollars. And my local game store, the guy was trying to sell it for used for about $30, $35, which is pretty high. So new for $11, definitely going that all day. It's right here, still sealed, and the game itself is still, it's still attached here, not loose in the package at all. So that's a good sign. It's not going to be scratched at all. So yeah, Akai Katana, check it out. Next game here is a Castlevania game. I was not going to get into the Castlevania 3D collecting games, but I picked up Castlevania Lords of Shadow. This game was, let's see, $9 minus 30%. So it's about $7 for it and some change. It looked alright. I haven't played it yet. I watched some videos on it. It's more of like a God of War / Uncharted type game than a normal Castlevania Metroidvania game, which could be okay, I guess. But graphics looks pretty good in it. It's for a PS3 game. The game is complete with the manual in it. But I do want to get a lot of the Castlevania games. There's 2 for PS2. One's a cheaper one and one's more expensive. I forgot which one is which, but I do want to get those ones eventually. But if I can find a game for a pretty good price, I'm gonna pick it up. For $7, I figured why not. Next one's a PSP game, and that is Street Fighter Alpha Max 3. This game has about 30 characters in it. There's a lot of Street Fighter characters that I didn't really know about at all, and reading the list of characters in it was a lot. It has the normal characters in it. You know, it has the normal Ryu, Ken, Blanca, M. Bison, Jen. This game is complete with a manual. Here's a receipt here. And the UMD. This is one of the better fighting games on the PSP itself. Tekken's really good on it too. But Street Fighter Alpha 3, pretty good game. Next one is a game I pre-ordered in January that was supposed to come out in March. And when March came around, I didn't get the item. It got delayed until, I think, April, then delayed to May, then July, then August. And finally I got my copy in September. And that is Holy Diver. This game is a Famicom game that came out in 1989. It's a heavy metal game inspired by Castlevania. And I heard the game is really hard. Haven't played it yet. And my copy here is one of 1,000. Have a white NES disc. Here's the authenticity card here. My number is 435 out of 1,000. I'm kind of disappointed that this card is loose and it should be packaged inside here. And I'm not too sure why they didn't have it inside the package here. And it's loose and I had to put it somewhere. Or, I don't know. Might lose it. Who knows? It should be inside here for sure. With this edition here, you get, let's see, original art prints, a hardcover notebook, a retro bit fig pin, and some stickers. So I believe this game was, I want to say $60 maybe, $50, $60, and it came with a lot of stuff. I'm debating on opening it and playing the game, but yeah, it took a long time for it to get come in the mail, and I think it was too long. If you give if you give a date of release, it should be around that time, not 6 months later. So this is my thoughts. This game was made by Retro Bits, and I bought it off Castlevania games. So yeah. Well, yeah, that's my pickups for the last month or so. Tell me which game here is your favorite out of my pickups. Comment below. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider doing so. I do videos on streaming. I do videos on game pickups and unboxings. So yeah, I do play a lot of, right now I'm playing Dead Cells, and I did play Nex Machina recently, and Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, basically Castlevania 3. But anyways, alright guys, thanks for watching my video. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support, and you guys have a good night.